And also, we'll edit this in and out, but it's good to try to keep your shoulders back because you don't want to look like your daddy when you're
right. That's why
I had to teach myself that because I'm like, Jesus Christ, son, sit up straight.
Yeah. I said that. Wow, I'm slumping.
All right. All right, universe, good evening. It's another episode of Articulate Barbarian. My name is Alex Soto, yours truly. And tonight we have a special guest, comedian Zoe Boe.
69. What's up?
Yeah, I didn't want to take the thunder away, the very opening joke. So check this out, Zoe Boe. I'm gonna bust it off right now that way because we didn't get to really know each other that well. So we're gonna learn, get to know each other while we're doing this show.
Right.
So what we're trying to do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about what you do. It's obvious you're a comedian because I fuck with a lot of comedians. It's obvious you're gonna be, but I'm more interested in the layers inside. What makes Zoe Boe funny and what does Zoe Boe see? Because I see your posts on Facebook. And if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 47.
47. So we're about the same age.
Right.
And you see, a couple weeks ago, I had to perform in front of a group of black vegans.
Oh man.
Come on with it now. Come on with it now. So now understand 85% of the rooms that I work, I get a lot of gigs from urban rooms and stuff. Right. And I have no issues, drama, whatever. I grew up with black people from the blue over by Bluebird, Tacoma Park, Montclair Village down in Leesburg. So that's where I grew up in Boys and Girls Club. I was around black people my whole life.
Right.
So I come in and I start doing my humor and they're looking at me like they're just like, I can't believe he's talking about black people. And what's funny is he's right there telling his friend, and I'm like right there. I'm like, dude, I can hear you. Yeah. So the whole thing about it is coming up. I had this, like I said, the first part of my life, I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club. I'm a product of the Boys and Girls Club of Lake County. Grew up with a bunch of black dudes, loved every one of them. Didn't know there was a difference coming up out of the urban side.
Right.
I got my hair cut at Wild Root over by Dabney Middle School, and my idea of barbecue was a half plate on white bread with the mustard sauce.
Right.
That just shows you how deep my urban roots go. And I didn't know they were urban roots when we were coming up. You know what I mean?
You didn't know that. Right.
So now I'm over here, and I then there was a big chapter in my life where I got involved in the church as a young man and started my family. And as a young man growing up in these here parts, I had a list of things that I was afraid of. Black people, drugs, anybody other than Baptists, fuck Hindus, Muslims. We didn't know there was differences. We just, gay people. We didn't have transgender. They were just all gay.
Right.
And as I've gotten older, I come to realize, well, man, now that I've gotten to talk to a lot of these people, outside of the radical ones that want to blow us up, which we've had plenty of radical people on our team trying to blow other people up, that I found, man, they ain't really all that scary. And then I said, well, at my age, when my daughter graduated, she just left. I just retired from corporate America, got my weed card.
All right.
Official. Yeah. The doctor will be interviewing, beautiful black girl with the Ethiopian, that gold, like Cleopatra looking paint on her eyes. I'm like, what the fuck? I like, you're a doctor? She's like, yeah. I said, you got to come on my show, beautiful lady. So she'll be coming soon.
All right.
But anyhow, as well as getting into who you are and your agenda, I also want to try to, as a Tampa comic, I jokingly say when you look at the advertisements for the comedy pages, like the open mics and the rooms out in Orlando, they're like snarky and mental, and there's like comic book characters. Yeah. And then when you look at the comedy posters in Tampa, it's like a black dude with gold teeth and two pistols and a pit bull. And I'm like, oh shit, man, that's my kind of room right there. I need to go check that shit out. So it's like I just got done fucking up Orlando. They don't even know what to think about me. Right. And then I just got back from Jackie Knight's comedy out there in St. Aug. Much love, Jackie Knight's. Yeah. Shout out. Interesting experience because this is all new to me. Right. Okay. Right. And then I'd fucked up and they done got me. I done won Marion County's Got Talent in my hometown. Yeah. And I performed in front of 1,000 seats the Friday before. You believe this shit? There we go. That people love that. Hold on. Let me go ahead and turn that shit off right now.
Time to get up.
I know, right?
I'm up.
I had that for a long one day.
It's tough, man. It's tough. All right, so Jesse's gonna be late tonight. They're working his ass off. Good times. So anyhow, so my daughter graduates, and I'm like, my biggest goal, what I've ever wanted to do, because I live here in the Villages, Florida, which is 1 million retired people. And across the board, the average income is $100,000 a year. I say that not because I'm interested in their money, but we have 1 million people from every walk of life, military, science, sales, whatever, and they all have stories, and I'm trying to document the stories that people have, because my father came to this country and with nothing. And my mother came to this country from nothing, and they built everything up, and their story is tremendous, and nobody will ever hear it because my dad doesn't want nobody to know him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, there's so many stories out there. So as much as we're going to talk about you getting into comedy and all that stuff, I want to talk about what's going on in Zoe Boe's head, because I see your post, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, the thing about it is young people, okay, so Zoe Boe's posts are like, motherfucker step to me, I'm gonna punch him in the throat. I dig that. That's like, I can fuck with that mentality. I feels that, and there's not enough of that going on. Man, I'm telling you, that's why it's so fun running around with these little youngins out there in Orlando. You post something like, I'm posting an advertisement, come to my room, I'll give you 15 minutes, and they're dissecting the political climate of the and I'm like, dude, I just want you to come out and enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing. So it's like, all right, who, what, where, when, how, why. So who is Zoe Boe? Let's go there.
Zoe Boe 69 is
I think it's funny that you say 69.
That's his name.
That's your brand. Okay, Zoe Boe 69. Goddamn it. That's your brand.
And I appreciate, a lot of men don't like to say that, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm a single father. I raised like 3 of my kids. Got the last one in the house right now. So, I'm a family man first, even though I get out there and I hustle. I do that. My kids see me hustle. My kids do that. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I take care of myself, you know what I'm saying? And just like you said with my Facebook post, I done been through it. It's like, and I done been through every hood in Tampa I can offer. And I always ride solo. I got my homeboy with me tonight, but when I met him about 15, 16 years ago, and the first time I met him, I'm riding him. I don't even know this man. He could jump up and whoop my ass, but he know I'm just joking. Because them crazy Marines, you know what I'm saying? But me, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not that ruthless person because I help anybody. And that's what I do. When I stayed in the hood on 127 across from him, every weekend we throwing a party and it's on me. I cook out, I do this, everything on me. Little children I look out for. So I'm just a person, like I said, just trying to make, you got these people in the hood that they funny, they got athletes, you got this, they just they give up too quick.
No doubt.
And I done gave up on a lot of stuff. I used to rap. When I got out the military, I was a rapper. And I went through a couple of groups, and the group stopped doing things, so I had to stop. I done wrote a couple of books. Thugs can write too.
Thugs can read.
And haven't really did anything with that. Then I started making films, screenplays, right? But at the same time, you get your main character thinking they all this and all that, and they drop off, so it cut it off. So what I started doing, because I write a lot of comedy screenplays, and I went to improv before, and my brother why don't you get on the stage? So I did, because he told me to. And I got on there like, you know what, I like this.
So how long have you been doing comedy now?
Actually about on improv, on real stage, about
stand-up
2 years.
comedy, 2 years.
About 2 years.
And I see, out in Orlando, they have there's a hierarchy, kind of like there's a path in place in Orlando. You open mic, somebody discovers you, they invite you to a feature, and then from that feature you might be able to get somebody to discover you and end up on Bonkers, which I got number love for all opportunities for people to get out and speak, but I call Bonkers the chitlin circuit, because that's some redneck ass backwater, real dirt road places. And the thing is, a headliner at Bonkers in front of 500 seats is $100 for the headliner, and it's 180-50. Unless you come with a big, whatever. But it's 180-50. That's your thing. And the trick is you would do Friday and Saturday. So, but there's no gas, no nothing. So and then I'm seeing these comedians, I was sitting at the open mic, nobody's talking to me. I'm Pop. They called me Pop and talk to me like I'm there, like they talk down to me. It's funny. And I just look at them because it's man, are you, man, it's almost like that thing where if only you knew. But I just, okay, I'm in y'all's little neighborhood, so I'll be nice. I'm not here to make trouble. I just want to talk in front of the microphone, you know what I'm saying? So I sat down, and a kid comes walking up, they're all like, woo, and they're clapping him on his back, and I'm like, what's going on? And the one kid's like, oh, he just did his first paid spot. And I was like, word? And I was like, good for you, man. He's like, yeah, man, I've been at it for 2 years now, and I just got paid $25. And then I'm like, you know, and the thing about it is immediately I started saying, all right, well, I'm going to just, my way of looking at it is because I came into this as a podcaster, interested in meeting interesting people, and I have funny stories, so I got into it basically because all my gurus in podcasting are comics. Joe Rogan, Bert Kreischer, Ari Shaffir, Bill Burr. Those are all the comedians that have podcasts that I listen to. So I started getting into it, but I mean, mostly it's because I'm driving Uber. I'm out in town making money, and my kids are at that age now where they're doing their own thing, and I jokingly say I had full custody of both my daughters. I raised them from scratch like biscuits, and there at the end, it's almost like you have a divorce settlement with the daughter. All right, look, it's your responsibility that we have dinner one day a week, because you're so busy. You know what I mean? Right. So there at the end, it's like, man, even though I'm working in a corporate job and I'm in management, I've got all this extra time on my hands. So I started driving because I started feeling this itch that I didn't want to stay in corporate America once my daughter got out of high school. The trick is in the villages there's this upscale school, and in order for my daughters to attend there, you have to work on village property. So the retail grocery store that I was a manager for, it was on village property, and that was how I did it. So I had to put in 8 years for them to get through that fine ass school and go to these flat ass colleges, and it's great. But literally, she graduated in August. October 6th, I was out. And I had been making the plan a year in advance. So now everything's in place. So I'm out there, and I see that. Okay, so in Orlando, again, I just kind of broke it down like the universal. It's funny though. Before I ask you the same question, is there kind of a pattern in Tampa? Every comic I've met said, yeah, that's the pattern, and they didn't do anything to do with the pattern in order to start getting their chops. So what's the story with the Tampa comedy scene? Because I'm about to start going there, but I haven't yet. So
with me, actually, I did before I even started going on the really comedy scene, I rented out Pegasus Lounge, $75 just to pay for the light man, right? And it was I had comics there, and I had hip hop people there and stuff like that, so it was mixed. So I got on stage and did that. So when I started going to, like I said, improv, when I went on stage the first time, people loving this and that, but it's the same thing as Orlando. Everybody think, oh, you got to go through this step, but I'm not the one to go through no steps. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I get on stage, and I'm not meaning to put people down. But if I'm way funding these motherfuckers right there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going through this and through that. In other words, I don't kiss ass. And they know this. And they know this. So got into it a little bit, not too much with, like I said, the improv in different places, and so I stopped going.
That means he pissed some people off.
And
in case we need to translate that.
So
he went in there and shit right in the middle of their stage and told them all they can clean it up. Go ahead with your bad
and that's what I did. Like, I don't kiss nobody's ass, but and I see the improv. Then they was like, you go there for open mic. You could be the first one there, and then they put their peoples on, and their peoples come before you, and like, look here, you know, I gotta work 6 o'clock. I'm waiting here 6:30 and don't start to 9 o'clock, and I'm up here from 6:30 to 9, and you telling me I'm one of the last ones. So you know what I'm saying?
That shit happened to me too. I was third on the list, and I went up 25th. I said something ain't right with this logic.
So it's the same thing, but it depends on where you go at though. You know what I'm saying? That's at the improv. Now you go to somewhere like, I say, Pegasus, they got open mic. You got John Jacobs run a couple of spots. These people are fair. You know what I'm saying? You come up and then they say, how long you want? Hey, we give you this and that. These people are fair. So what I'm saying is, at the improv is like that. It was like that. Right now, they trying to be fair so far, so they just started back. So I'm just testing the water to see how fair they are. But other than that, you know, like I say, you still got the people that you got to go through them steps. But some people see you like it's a Todd Stemwell. Good people. His wife come every show and she taking pictures, this and that.
Shout out.
And if he see you and he see what you're doing, because he used to do a little set at I forgot to say it. I know it's in Apollo Beach, but they going through reconstruction right now. And he'll bring a lot of young comics there to perform,
right?
And give them 10 minutes, like, hey, you perform this and that, so they can get that experience. So you got some good people there, though. Right. But like you said about Orlando, I did that a couple of times, and I know what you're talking about.
Well, what I found was, it was the ones, you know, you have the open mics that are in coffee bars near colleges.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going into this with a clean slate. You type in open mic Orlando and everything pops up. So I'm just driving there because I'm happen to be Ubering. So I just push my way over to that side of town by a certain time. Yeah. And you know, a lot of the open mic stuff now, like I mean, shout out to Sleuth's Comedy over on iDrive. I work my way into the list every 4 to 6 weeks or so. I'll go out, and like this Saturday I got a set, and then comedian Joe Neal and Miguel Colon from Real Laughs over on 104.1. He's got they got a room, Cork and Olive, on Sunday nights in Longwood or Lake Mary, and both are great. Adult crowds, tourists, blue room, so you can let loose and drop an F-bomb, and nobody's going to get too offended. Right. Great sets. I've already pretty much filtered the other ones out of my routine at all. Yeah. And then now what I decided was, and I did this locally, I said, well, I don't want to drive to Orlando every single time to do mic. Plus, I didn't like the fact that we do 5 minutes only. So I went ahead and literally the first bar, which was the closest to my house, the first bar I went to, I spoke to him about it, and we started the little room. Now, I believe there's magic in that room, because it's just weird how things have just, you know what that is? That's my dope boy. Woo, Turkish blend just got delivered. Hold on just a second. Let me this is important. I'll be right back. Talk to the universe.
Hey, all right. Yeah, like I said, Zoe Boe 69 right here. You know, hey, where I got that name from? I was Zoe Boe, then said Zoe Boe 69. Either way,
Alonzo.
Yeah. Now you don't tell my government name. Now look at that. But yeah, I told all of it. But yeah, I'm a military man. But the thing about it with comedy is you got to get out there and do how you feel. You can't be nobody else. You got to be yourself. You know, you could see. I see they got classes for comedy to make people funny. I never know a class to make nobody funny. You know, when I was going to school, I ain't seen no class make people funny one-on-one. I ain't never seen no shit like that, you know. But how can you make fun? You can't make nobody funny. Either you're funny or you're not, you know. Either you're funny or not. So I was always told that, you know what I'm saying? I was like stupid, like, so hey. And I'm not stupid as in dumb, but stupid as in like dumb. Like I say stuff that make people laugh, that I do things that people don't expect the person to do or expect the person to say. You know, I talk about a person's child. I talk about my kids. So it's all the same. So it's all love. Get on Facebook. I talk about my kids. And they like, Daddy, for real. Hey, you know, I still love you, but hey, the truth. You know what I'm saying?
One of the reasons why it was so cool that I got to Jackie Knights was because my daughter just started attending Flagler College.
Oh, okay.
I ain't seen the girl since she left school, but I see her on Facebook, right? She got her hair colored hot pink, but professionally done. So it's hot pink all the way down. Yeah. And I walked in there, I saw her, and oh my God. So when I'm here on the stage and I go, guess which kid is mine? But I know what you mean. My kids, man, I have to tell them all the time. They grew up with this. So they're as used to it as it's going to get.
Right.
You know? Right. I mean, they were raised... Their father always dressed like this. I always tell people it's like I was pulled out of a period piece from like Bagger Vance with Will Smith with the funny hat and the knickers and shit. Love my Turkish blend.
But yeah, it's children, though, man, kids. You know, like I said, I raised mine. It take a strong man to raise kids, though. You know what I'm saying? I see what these single mothers go through, but at the same time, I think the single mothers still got it easier because the government don't help us. Mm-hmm. It don't help no men. You know, I was on child support for 3 years and I was raising my child.
Right.
For 3 years, you know, say, oh, this and that. And I'm showing this lady this packet, this and that. So she don't know. She was on my hit list. Mm-hmm. It's that third time I went and she gonna keep doing it. Oh no, I'm gonna get you. But things work out, you know what I'm saying? All my kids graduated school, you know, and they doing things, they work, they you know what I'm saying? I don't push them to go to college. You know, they try. If they don't want to go, hey, college ain't there for everybody.
Right.
You know, my last one I'm raising now, she graduating next year. So
you're almost there, bro.
and she
Finish line.
And she already doing the CNA class at Tampa Bay Tech right now.
Right.
So then she going to nursing school. So
Right.
boom.
That's it. Take it all the way.
Yeah. Then I could start living life.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's where I'm at. You know, that's where I'm at. I had to come to the conclusion: did I want to be a number, or did I want to? You know, I mean, like I said, all this is a dream.
Right.
And I grew up on. Is he good in the film? I mean, is he out of the way of the shot? Good. No stress. It's all loosey goosey.
Eyes were closed, but I still.
I know. I saw your ass sleeping over there.
Boy.
So the thing is like, you know, I'm trying to out west. There's this movement with the podcasting, and literally, in my opinion, I feel like, you know, they're doing a really good job trying to bridge the gap between common sense and what's going on in the world today, and I feel it. But there's no Southern flair.
Right.
There's no South. Now, there's a lot of podcasts. Shout out Swervy Jones. Shout out Trailer Park Boys. There's a shit ton of fucking podcasts out there. But all of them have like a genre. Like I want to be a country boy dirt road podcast, or I want to be a comedy only podcast. I'm more interested in the stories beyond just the funny and the haha. I'm more interested in the deep stuff.
Right.
So, who's Zoe Boe? How'd you get into the business? What are your plans right now? I see you got, like, you're building traction. You're entering in competitions. They're inviting you into competitions. Tell me about that. What's going on there?
Yeah, I done went to Atlanta a couple of times and entered some competitions and all. You know, hey, lost, but at the same time, just because I lose a competition don't mean I lose at all.
No doubt.
I met this dude. His name Otis O'Dog. He was on BET Comic View, and a couple of months ago when I went to Atlanta, did my set. You know, I'm not the one to stick around.
Right.
You know, especially I don't know nobody up here. You know, and so did my sets, finished my beer too. Then I left. So he actually was looking for me.
That's Zoe Boe. That's why you stay. Just so you know.
Right.
Go ahead with your best self.
Right. So I came back and he's sitting over there. I'm sitting over here. And he came and said, man, I was looking for you, know, get your number, this and that. And he was telling me that, you know, man, I like your set. And he was just going on about, you know what I'm saying, you know, keep it real and stuff like that. Good dude. So you meet a lot of different people when you do these competitions. I don't go to competition to win.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't go to win. People like, why you go to? I don't go to win unless it's professional competition. If it's like a competition, bring the audience going to vote. I don't bring nobody with me, so who gonna vote for me? Exactly. They gonna laugh at my jokes, so they gonna remember who I am.
Right.
But they ain't gonna vote for me. So all I go for recognition.
Right.
And that's what I do. And like I said, my plans now, like I say, is just get my name out there. I want to be like, I ain't trying to be like no Tyler Perry, because when I watch writing films, they're like, you trying to be like Tyler Perry? No, I'm trying to be like me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be like Cat Williams. No, I'm trying to be like me, but I want to be in the Cat Williams status. I want to be in the Kevin Hart status. Sure. That's what I want to be. I want to be known, you know? Right. And that's, I mean, if you ain't in it to win it, why do it?
That's funny. Tyler Perry, I love it when a Tyler Perry movie comes on, because it's like the opening thing is like directed by Tyler Perry, produced by Tyler Perry, film written by Tyler Perry, makeup and cosmetics, Tyler Perry. That motherfucker busy. He gets paid on all that shit. He gets paid on all that shit.
Yeah, he's busy.
So you know, but and you know, it's cool because every time I meet somebody, it's like they have a different. I like the fact that you're like come here talking about not just wanting to be a comedian, right? But like you got screenplay idea, you got you know, all this stuff. So I mean, it's really it's amazing that I get to meet these people. Like here you are, Zoe Boe. Now, did you were raised in Tampa, or? Yeah,
I was raised mostly in Tampa. You know, my mama, them, you know, she worked different orange groves and different stuff like that. So we done travel up the coast, North Carolina there, but all together it was in Tampa, Florida, though. Tampa.
Tampa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a filthy fucking city. Look, my whole life, I've always thought, like, if you want to get grimy fun, that like Ybor, like I'm from a little country town, bro. We go to Ybor and some dude's walking around, this old ass dude with a great physique, but he's butt ass nigga with like a G-string with dreaded out beard. He's this crazy white dude, look like a pirate, and reciting poetry as he's walking down the street. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, that is like, it's such a hodgepodge. It's such a, I mean, it's it's like, to me, it's like an old city.
Yeah.
Like, to me, Orlando is like, they always trying to put a new suit on it.
They
because
trying
of
to,
tourism
right,
and all that
right,
stuff.
right.
Miami is just, to me, like a whole nother country.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Yeah,
but there's a lot of that too in Tampa, you know. But what I like about Tampa, not knowing anything about Tampa, is for me, it's just like, I feel like the rooms are going to be stronger. Like you got to come more correct.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of like what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm at that point with me now where it's like, all right, I got an idea of what people will laugh at.
Yeah.
I just want to get comfortable with it.
Right.
You know, like I try to tell people, you know, my biggest inspiration is coming up. I'm like a country version of Bernie Mac. You know, I love Bernie Mac's cadence. I love the way he carries. He assaults the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Got much love. All my favorite comics.
Yeah,
and then it's funny too. Let me tell you this. Here's another thing I want to ask you, because again, we're the same age. Not condoning, not saying it's right, but are we really fucking surprised with the shit like Louis C.K. and with it? I mean, is it? You know, it's like I'm not exactly sure the outrage. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. No, Louis C.K., you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But are we really shocked?
No.
I mean, the thing. Let me tell you something about Cosby.
Yeah.
I've been hearing about that for 30 fucking years. It wasn't. Again, I'm not condoning it, but it wasn't that long ago that kind of shit happened, and people are just like shocked and appalled. I'm like, shocked and appalled. How disconnected are we today that we are so shocked and appalled? You know, there was a guy, and again, not condoning it, young Spanish kid, looked like Bruno Mars, little motherfucker. Slap him around, no shit.
Yeah.
Him and his girlfriend having an issue. He goes to the fucking front of the prom, waiting for her to walk up. He's yelling and screaming, grabs her by the arm, throws her in the car, and drives off. This motherfucker got thrown in jail for kind of goddamn, what is it, kidnapping?
Yeah,
you know, they fucking, everybody's with a camera.
Yeah.
And I'm going, not that I'm condoning the behavior, but I can think of at least 4 times my dad's done that to my mom.
Yeah.
And they're happily married.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's just like, I'm not condoning it. I'm not a bully. I'm not into, but it's like, what the fuck? Common sense. Louis C.K.'s whole career is fucked. Dude, I know a dude who in like 8th or 9th grade, drunk as hell at a fucking farm at a big ass party, licked the dog's nuts. Dude, he's not gay, he's not into bestiality, he was just a fucking drunk redneck.
Yeah.
To this day, I just saw him, hadn't seen him in 30 years, so the popped in my head was dog liquor, nut liquor. But the point is the shocked and appalled. No, dude, he was just fucking up.
Yeah.
He was just fucked up and stupid.
Man,
you know?
The thing that's going out right now, I mean, like I said, I'm not putting no women comments down and all that, because it was something that was said on Facebook at one time, but this and that. But I done went to this girl, the same one that put this on Facebook. She talking about how she like to see dudes' dick hanging down and this and that, and she'll do this and do that. And then she go to the table and she'll talk to somebody behind me, and they talking sexual talk. But then you turn around and say, oh, well, he came on me, he talking to me sexual. No, you started it.
Let me tell you, it's a tough.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, and I'm not blatant or gross about it, but hey, it could happen to me. Not that I'm running around jumping in front of people, total strangers, but goddamn, boy, I mean, I'm a little crazy sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
And the thing about it is woo, I'm like, oh my God, these are like huge scandals. Louis C.K. is gonna lose his whole fucking career, and not that I'm condoning it. But I have been around the gay community not being gay, and it is not fucking all that shocking that some gay dude has a young dude that he's fucking around with, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
It's not all that fucking shocking 20 years ago. This shit happened 20 years ago.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, not that I'm condoning it.
But now it's like, you can't be this, you can't do this, you can't do this. Like you say, 20 years ago, we seen all this. All this was like normal. This is what they do.
Right.
This what they did. But right now, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. But the thing about it is, the heterosexual men, they wiping us out. I mean, think about it. I mean, we get either way we do things. We can't. Oh, you can't look at that girl like that. Well, hell, I'm a man.
Right. It's a
Well,
tough
that's
call.
what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
when you're a bachelor and you're trying to, you're trying to live, and you have ideas of grandeur. Not that you think you're vain, but
Right.
it's like, look, God didn't put these thoughts in my head for me to die with them, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
shit is coming out for a reason.
Yeah.
And then the idea, and it's like, I joke because we're the same age. I say we're the last of the Generation X. We're the old school generation.
Yeah.
My parents did not compromise for anything. Like, they weren't going to learn how to do technology when technology
Right,
came.
right.
My generation, we're big, tough, single parents. Sometimes you have to sit and have tea with your fucking kid when they're little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is so we had to compromise on some things and learn how to transition into some stuff. We had to learn to accept homosexuality.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
fucking parents don't accept that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
Right,
the
never.
point is we're that generation. But now I feel like, and I've talked about this week after week with interview after interview, I feel like it's like now there's a knee-jerk reaction and we've lost common sense.
Yeah.
Now it's black and white. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, since when has life been black and white?
Never.
You know? So my hope and prayer is that in the next 10 years, it's going to swing back to the middle, so to
Right.
speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the way things are going, I was heading out. I was changing out my whole generation. Once my daughter was old enough and she graduated, I left and I said, look, I'd rather figure this out on my own
Right.
than continue to be a flock, to continue to be a sheep, not be able to talk about what I want to talk about, things like that. So how did you get into this as far as like, at what point in your life did you feel like you had that spark? Because it's like, here you are telling me you've already written some books, and even
Right.
if they're even if they're on tablets,
Right.
And it's funny because the pastor said, oh, bear with me guys, my notes got messed up on my notepad, and I hold my shit up with the spiral notepad. Hey, you need my notepad, preacher? What the hell notepad? How you lose your notepad? He's talking about his little computer shit.
Right.
So the thing is even if you have that shit written down, there's something. There was an artist in you that started. Were you always artistic? Were you always a wordsmith? How did it all pan out?
I would think I was, because like I said, we stayed when we was in the hood on 127. I actually did a stand-up comedy video, and I had to do Al film. I never seen it, so I don't know what happened.
How old were you when this happened?
This was about maybe 15, 14 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then like I said, I write screenplays and books and stuff, and I actually published 2 books.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, those 2 books is not comedy; it's more like a drama type.
Right.
But with my film, it's I did 127 Hood Story. It's like a short film, and it's comedy. It's comedy in it. It's really comedy. So, like I said, I went to the Improv. Me and my brother, and it's an open mic. You know what I'm saying? He like, get on stage. So I did. And the people like, oh, you act like you ain't nervous when you get on the stage. And I'm like, I don't know y'all motherfuckers. Shit, what I got to be nervous about? Y'all might not see me no more. I can't get
Right.
nervous, because now if I had my homeboys there and I get up there and
Right.
mess up, it's a different story. And as for my brother, hell, he know me all my life, so shit, ain't nothing strange to him.
Right.
So I did that, and it just like boom, I went the next week and it was on for there.
Yeah.
Cause my thing was like, I promote a lot with promoting shows with my money, and sometimes I don't get nothing out of it.
Right.
But everybody else, just to make everybody else happy.
So you felt like in your mid-20s you needed to start like expressing yourself?
Right, and in my mid-20s, actually, I was with rap groups.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been
right. You were
doing
telling me about
right,
that.
so I've been doing this there, but I was with a group. And then my brother got into it, and he got like a couple good albums out there. But I'm still in the background because I'm pushing him in the
Right.
background. So it came to a point in time, like I'm depending on other people to do what I want to do. So I with comedy, it's up to me.
Right.
So I control my own destiny, so to say.
Right.
So I don't want to let this person, because he want to be negative against me, stop me. I accept all criticism. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, but it's a difference between criticism and insult.
No doubt.
Because you come
No
at
doubt.
me, I'm gonna come back at you.
Right.
But if I feel that you genuinely tell me, oh well, you need to do this, need to do that, but I'm not trying to be like nobody else.
Right.
And that's why I got to be like me.
Right.
And when I was doing my shows in Lakeland, I get up and coming comedians that would never get a chance to be on nobody's stage. And I ain't gonna say they sorry, they not, they good, 'cause
Right.
that's why I stepped to them. But I'm just saying how this business goes.
Right.
People is not where they want to be right now, but they the top of the food chain,
Sure.
so to say. So they not gonna get this person that just started and bring
Right.
right there with them.
Right.
Me, I will.
Right.
I said, hey, come on.
So there's a room that you promote.
I was, and she called me back. She want me to do it again.
All right. Well, the next time you come on, you're gonna bring your books.
Okay.
You can still sell them, right?
Oh yeah.
So you'll bring your books. We'll set them up here all professional like. We didn't have no. We're all learning as we go.
Right.
And this is the first time we met.
Right.
Maybe the next time you come up, the next thing we're gonna get is a big flat screen here and a flat screen on the back wall. I'm watching the time, and a flat screen above his head.
Yeah.
So while we're talking, like let's say you're talking about the high school you came from.
Right.
The voice, that's bricks and mortar. He'll punch that shit up on Google Image. It'll pop up here. It'll pop up there. We don't have to look, crane our neck, all unprofessional.
Right.
We be like, okay, you had that with the bike rack. All right, I see that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks like a high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll be able to do it. And then the next time.
The time thing, I don't know how you can miss it. You're wearing Big Ben.
They want to hate on my. They just don't understand, man. They don't understand. They think it's because I'm vain, but it's because my eyes have gotten worse. Damn. Or when them big watches started coming out, I'm like, oh hell no!
I can see.
I can see that shit.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Invicta watches. Shout out Invicta. If you all want, once I get enough followers, you can promote, sponsor me and hook me up because their big manufacturing plant is in West Palm.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of Invictus. Holla. So, and that's another thing. The power of with this thing, and I think it's funny because there's some people that I followed. I've been watching this for years. I haven't had TV in 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So I've been watching this phenomenon on a weird, because again, I'm at my age, I don't see it the way other, like people are just entertained by it.
Yeah.
And I'm just, okay, I tell this story often for the sake of redundance. I apologize, but go fuck yourself. Have you ever heard of a sensory deprivation tank? Yeah. You lay in it, you float.
Right,
okay.
right.
So Joe Rogan, my guru, talks about how good it is for planning things out in your head, and he says nothing better than get a big fatty, smoke it to the head, and then climb in that bitch. And so I went and researched it out, and there was a fucking place out in Castleberry. Shout out Total Zen. Your asses can sponsor my bitch ass too. I'll be up in there for free, no problem. But anyhow, dude was like, I booked my appointment. I go out there looking like this, and it's like a yoga studio with all these little college kids from UCF running around, and the little bang, 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 music and incense burning. And the owner comes in, he looks at me, and he's like, looks at my paper, and he goes, "You're here for two hours?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Have you done this before?" I go, "No." He's like, "What's your story?" And I told him honestly, I was like, there's a chance I might buy one used. I'm thinking about bringing it to the villages because of all the seniors. I think there's some opportunities, but I want to try it. He's like, "How'd you hear about it?" I told him, I said, I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast. He talked about it. He starts laughing. I go, "What you laughing at?" He said, "Same interview, same podcast 5 years ago is the reason why you're standing here today. I own the jiu-jitsu studio next door." He says, "I bought the tank for the intentions of my fighters, and then my wife says, let's turn it into a yoga studio," and they ended up. So that was when I was like, holy shit, because it was an old podcast that I was watching. Yeah. So the point is that's how powerful. Usually it'll be on my dash, but I pause it because they cuss, and I'll put on something on iHeart when the people jump in the car for my Uber and Lyft. And you would be surprised how many people are like, "Oh man, put on JRE. I love Joe Rogan." Blah blah blah. So the subculture is growing, and then there's thousands and thousands and thousands of podcasts. You got people that you like. This guy, like, there's one where it's I can't remember. I want to say it's called Drunk Sports or Drunk Punch, and it's these urban dudes that drink while they do the podcast, and they bring on hard hitters. Like, and I mean hard hitters for me. Like he had Luke Skywalker. Oh yeah. Okay. But here's the thing, and this is what I love about the podcast. He's talking about after Run DMC came out with Raising Hell. Right. Multi-platinum, they were millionaires at this point. Right. All the time, Luke would promote shows in Florida. Yeah. And no matter, he says he had the East Coast, West Coast beef. They'd come and do a show, and one would open for the other one night, and then they switch the second night in Florida. Nobody knew because this was before the internet. Right. So it was all a bunch of bullshit that got out of control. That bullshit. Yeah. But the point is, he says Run DMC would come and perform for him after they made all their money for $500. So what the point is that, like I'm trying to explain to these young people, you gotta grind, even if you're making good. You
Yeah.
got to always remember to grind. I have this spot. I'm going to definitely in time we'll get you connected. There's an urban room that I'm going to be doing a feature, once a month feature. Hopefully, I'm going to go talk to him about it after the first of the year. Shout out Thomas Mosley, Diamond Sports Bar. Those are my dogs, man.
Yeah.
But he brings in BET Comics, and he basically has a deal for a disclosed price, which is basically a round trip ticket. Come in on Friday, leave out on Sunday, and a couple bucks. They rent a car. They come and do the show that night. I open for him usually when he brings one in.
Yeah.
And then he gets in the car and hauls ass down to, let's say, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, and he'll have a gig Saturday, and then he'll come back and do a gig on Sunday in another little urban room, and then jump back on the plane. And he leaves. He made about $800. See what I'm saying? So the whole thing is sometimes you end up having to grind in between. Now this guy's on BET all the time.
Right.
Anyways, I don't want to say his name wrong, but he's on BET all the time, and the Comic View. So, I mean, these guys are like, serious people. So they come out here and they do these little side shows. And that's what I'm trying to prepare to get ready to do, because Joe Rogan had Charlie Murphy on.
Right.
And Charlie Murphy this is years and years ago, and he says when he came out of security, his brother is the superstar, and he said he discovered that he could get paid for telling stories. He says once he figured that out, he didn't have time. He didn't have time to develop a fucking routine, none of that shit.
Right,
he went right to an hour.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Right.
And I was inspired by that. I'm like, damn right, we don't have time for this shit. I'm too old to be fucking around waiting 2 years for somebody to discover me.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So I got my little room. I'm making connections. The podcast is the first priority, and then from there, it goes on to the next step. Next step, we're gonna start doing our shows. I fuck around. I just did 1,000 seats. What the hell? I don't even have a business card, Zoe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What the hell? You know what I mean? So it's like I went from my little tent to 100 by 100. Looked like Katy Perry's supposed to perform there.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, whatever. We gonna ride it. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be nervous. Aren't you scared? I ain't got time to be scared.
No.
I have to buy dragons.
You gotta jump in. Can't
All right. So who, what, where, when, how, why? And then after why, we're going to wrap up with our message to the universe and get ready to kill it over at our show tonight.
Why I'm doing it? I got to leave something for my children.
That's right.
People could live a normal life. I got brothers that got a doctorate degree. My sister, she make a whole buku of money. We all came from the projects.
Right.
So when motherfuckers say people from the projects can't make it, my mama raised 5 kids. And then 2 more. You know what I'm saying? My little cousin. So by herself. So we grew up, you know what I'm saying? She was on Section 8. First she was on welfare. She got off that. Got a Section 8. She working 2 jobs to raise us. You know what I'm saying? So, she did it. So, like I say, school ain't for everybody. When I went to the military, I tried it. It's not for me.
Right.
It's not my thing, but it's my brother thing, my sister thing. But the thing about it is they got something to lead their kids. When they pass on, okay, my daddy was this, my mama was this.
Right.
Me, although I work hard and I hustle, what they gonna say? My daddy was a hustler.
Right.
Right now they can say, okay, my dad was a famous comedian. He did this, and then not only that, I got bukus and bukus of stuff that I did.
Right.
That if I pass, y'all produce it.
Right.
It's right here.
No doubt.
Because people like you more when you're dead than when you're alive.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely.
So all this
you're
gonna
worth
sell
more after you're dead.
Yeah,
for sure. Ask Michael Jackson's.
Thank you. He still won the top. What?
I think he made 180 million last year.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he did. So people. So hey, y'all keep it going. Like I said, I got 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? That I know of.
I can understand that. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so I got 5 that I know of. So, but the thing about it is, when I know of, hey, they got it. Something happened to me, but at the same time, I am no dummy neither, cause ain't nothing in their name.
Right.
I got a will for them, but I got everything my brother handling that.
Right. No doubt.
I watched them. You remember the Menendez brothers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, so
that's real shit. Y'all are over there thinking we're fucking around. No, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. They think I'm crazy. They not crazy about me, but the thing about it is, like I said, why? Like I said, because I want to be known. When I die, I want somebody to remember me, and that's the bottom line. I'm not doing it to be rich. You know what I'm saying? Because money don't make me. God always gonna look out for me regardless. Right. I've been homeless twice with 2 of my kids.
Right.
So so he always made a way. He always gonna continue to make a way.
Right.
So like I said, I just want to be remembered.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the portion of the show where we're going to do what's called the message to the universe. As I explained it to you before the show started, just whatever's off the dome. Like I said, when you come back, most of the time my interviews are like, oh, motherfucker, I'm ready for that message to the universe this time. So they thought about it, pondered it, brought it back, brought another punch, you know?
Yeah.
So like I said, we're going to definitely thank you for coming on the show. I hope you appreciate, or I hope you enjoyed the experience. Like I said, next time when we have you out, we'll bring your books up, we'll put your, and also, all these videos, they're going to be twice a week. The show launches in January, so we're going to be putting episodes up twice a week. You're going to get like a 3.5 minute to 5 minute clickbait. Then you'll get like a 15-minute segment that we talked about, and then you'll get the whole show. We'll have all that provided for you as well as your sets here.
Okay.
These sets here, nothing gets done with it publicly on our end. The deal is the next Dave Chappelle's coming from somewhere.
Right.
So if and when that happens, you not only will be like, yo, I'm coming through, I'm going to come drive by and come check out your show, you know, promote my shit coming up, blah, blah, blah. And then in addition to that, we'll then say, all right, dude, you ready? Because we'll do the $5 download and split it.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make a quick 10,000 downloads super fast and be done with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but all that, and then that you will get a copy of your sets on a thumb drive, and then that way you can then send it to people to, if you wanted to do like a promo video. We'll cut it up for you and all that stuff. So, all right, Mr. Zoe Boe 69, I appreciate you coming in. Go ahead and knock it out the park with your message to the universe, and then we'll start getting ready, start twisting and getting our necks right, because we got a show tonight.
All right. My message to the universe is never stop grinding. You know what I'm saying? When people say stop dreaming, hey, you got to believe. They don't believe in your dreams. You got to believe in your own dreams. You know what I'm saying? If they don't believe in the dream, fuck them. And, you know, like I say, I hang with a few people, but most of the time when I ride solo. And I ride solo because I'm my own fault if I fail. So, like I said, my message is never stop hustling. Never give up on your dream. Keep going, because one day it's going to happen.
All right, that's real shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I know, right? Short, sweet, to the point. That's how we roll. Well, Zoe Boe, we look forward to having you come back. We look forward to hearing what you got for us tonight. And thank you for coming out.
All right, thank you.
And we're out of here. Love, peace, chicken grease. Thank you for all you do. We out.